All right. So, hi guys. My name is Corein Carter. I'm here on the behalf of Forbes and Forbes the Culture, and we have the amazing platinum recording artist and tri-state native Pink Sweats here with us today. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're
Super cool.
welcome. Very welcome. So, before we jump into it, I want to let you know I'm a huge fan. I was super excited when I spoke with your team about doing this session. So, I'm so excited to be here with you.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome. So I think it's safe to say fans are still coming down off the high from your last EP, Pink Planet, and it went 5 times platinum. So I want to congratulate you on that. Number one, I'm always about giving people their flowers.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Now, coming up, you have the international tour for Pink Moon. Let's talk about how you narrowed down those 8 tracks and the vibe that you wanted fans to catch from it.
Um, that was more of an experimental phase for
Mhm.
me. Um, I wanted to honestly, I was just capturing the lifestyle that I was kind of moving in at that time, which is more just up late a lot,
Mhm.
hanging out with my girl, just like, just vibing, going different places. I'm not really a nightlife person.
Yeah.
But I just found myself just up more at night and doing things at night, like with my friends, hanging, going to restaurants at night, going out to little clubs in LA and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to make like songs that like I would have liked to hear out.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like almost like a experimental R&B soundtrack to
Yeah.
my night, and it's what a little more sexy vibes on there because I typically stay away from that just because I like to challenge myself, and I think that that became the challenge.
Right.
It's like I avoid a topic because I'm like, "Oh, that's too easy," and
Yeah.
then I'm like, "Oh, I didn't do that, so let me do that."
But I think that's what fans see. I want to see. They want to see you have range and you have a distance to go the extra mile. And I think that's what you gave on this last album. So, well, the newest album. So I love it. Absolutely love it.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
thank you so much.
So going into the second iteration of Grey Goose Times Grammy Sound Sessions, you have your live release coming up tomorrow, Thursday, January 26th, which will be released on Instagram and YouTube. You perform Honesty and Nothing Feels Better, which are fans' favorites. They're my favorites for sure. Let's speak about you being a part of this sound sessions and how it went.
I was thrilled to be a part of it, especially with Grey Goose being the sponsor for I believe this is the second year. And I just felt honored that they, considered me. The process was really cool, great staff, great community with like the creatives behind the scenes. And I really love watching how things come together. That's like one of the things I feel like in my pastime I really like to do. So
Yeah.
being on set was really cool. Hanging and meeting a lot of the people was very special, and making a cool drink, honestly,
Right.
making my favorite drink.
So, what is your favorite drink? Because I got to ask. What's your favorite Grey Goose cocktail?
So it's like espresso martini.
Mm,
So
love it.
yeah, I actually make that on on set, and we kind of talk about a lot of things, talk about honesty,
Nice.
talking about my song Nothing Feels Better. It's really cool though. Like, and the taste is I think I like to call it Lux. It's just like a Lux taste. Like coffee is just like a upper, and then you got
Exactly.
the Grey Goose. It just feels Lux to me.
It's a nice vibe.
Yeah,
Especially when you first go out at nighttime. I feel like a espresso martini will give you that extra little boost that you need.
yeah.
So, when it comes to the significance of representation at the Grammys, how do you personally feel you're using your influence as a platinum recording artist to help other artists of color advance?
I like to say I try to take my music to the world,
Mm,
you know, and to be an example through actions,
yeah.
because a lot of times we talk a lot about things, which is necessary. But for me, I'm like, you know what? let me go out here, make the music that I want to make, show people that this can work, you
Yeah,
know, and then when it comes time to, have the conversation about representation, this makes it so much easier.
yeah,
My job, the way I see it is just do the work and then have the conversation and partner with people who already been having that conversation.
right.
So then it adds more fuel to that fire that we're trying to spread.
I love that. Absolutely love that. So, with the 65th anniversary, 65th annual Grammys coming up next week, what are you most excited about? I know I'm excited because Trevor Noah is also hosting again for the third time. I'm
Yeah.
always rooting for anybody black. So, what are you excited for?
Oh man, I actually really like Trevor Noah. I think he's
Yeah.
a special gem. Uh, which is cool that this is his third time.
Yeah, this is his third time.
Wow, I can't wait to see that. And I'm honestly I'm excited to see all the nominees and celebrate my peers. I feel like this year I had like an epiphany where you see so many people trying to like be negative. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, these are our peers. Like if you've been in this industry and you've put in the work and you've spent years and years of your life trying to get good at this craft, there's a reward in just celebrating your peers. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And
Absolutely.
not being negative, because sometimes people can get really stuck in like, oh, I didn't win. It's like, dude, it's okay. Every year's a new shot.
Exactly.
It's our place to celebrate each other. And I feel like as an artist, that's the thing that's probably the hardest for a lot of artists to do. But
Absolutely.
that's what I'm most excited about, is just seeing all the nominees and people win and seeing the smiles and
Yeah.
being able to cheer them on, maybe silently DM people like, yo, congratulations, things like that. I'm looking forward to that personally.
I love that. And I think that's a good note to add is we have to support one another because if we don't, then the general public and everybody else will not support us. So being
Yeah.
able to show that we are a fan of each other is so important. So I love that you said that. So let's jump into the topic. I love it.
I think so. Sorry about that.
I love it. So let's talk a little bit about honesty and nothing feels better. I want to know what the initial feeling was when you were writing these records and when you put them out. What was the response from your fans?
Honesty and nothing feels better. Honesty was, I guess that was the fan
Mhm.
created. You know what I mean? I feel like I didn't have any. That was my first song as an artist.
Wow. Okay.
So it kind of opened the door to all my crazy ideas about love and things like that. And honestly, that song was like the most conversational ever. Like I literally having a conversation with somebody and I internalized that conversation and I created a song. But it was literally just like recalling moments of a conversation. And I just felt like it was so pure and so genuine with just lyrically, just I mean, who doesn't question love?
Right.
Like
Exactly.
even if it's good, you're always like, what if like,
Is this too good to be true?
yeah. So I feel like that was just a raw, authentic record, and I wanted to do something different. Like I felt like in the black music space that hadn't been done in a
Right.
very, very, very long time, where you were able to just strip all the music away and just hear pure lyric and melody. And I was like, I'm very proud of that one. I will say I'm very proud of that one. But and nothing feels better. That was a song kind of for me where I was trying to mix and match the feel of honesty
Okay.
with a little bit more tempo and a little more of a rhythm.
Yes.
Um, our fans love that song. Like every time I perform that one, people really get excited, and
Mhm.
I love when they sing it back. That's like my I guess my high. Like
Yeah.
it's just when people are singing songs back, because it's like lets me know like, okay, I did hit the nail on the head with this one,
Yeah.
because I made that one specifically for my fans.
I love
And
it.
yeah, it turned out good.
Absolutely. And you know it turned out good because if they're singing it back to you, that means that they have a connection with the song. So I love that. I love hearing that.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. So let's talk about the topic of Black love. You just recently tied the knot with this beautiful young woman, amazing, beautifully talented choreographer, JL Bunny. Congratulations to both of you guys. The pictures are epic. So take us on a journey of the high of that moment because it looks like a fantasy, truly.
It was awesome. I
Yeah,
think the time I was actually funny enough, I was on tour with Alicia Keys
nice.
and we had scheduled like a couple days off
Okay,
so that we can have our wedding and things like that. So it was like a whirlwind because I was like on tour, jump off tour for like two I think 2 days. We have our wedding and then we went to like Atlantic City after the wedding. It was in New Jersey. We had it in New Jersey.
nice.
All our friends and family. It was special. I didn't want a wedding because I never really been to a wedding as an adult.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I didn't really get it. My wife is like such a girl's girl. Like she wants all of that stuff.
Mhm.
I'm like, yo, we don't need no wedding. That's too much. Like, unnecessary. But I ended up really, really enjoying myself, and so did she. So it was awesome. And my parents, my dad, my stepmom, they had danced, I believe for the first time in their
Mm.
whole marriage. They danced at
Wow.
my
Okay.
wedding to
Oh,
my song. So
see,
I
I
was like, wow, that's
love
crazy.
that.
Like
Oh,
I was like, what? I guess I never realized that I never saw them like dancing together.
yeah.
It never came up. But they brought it up to us. It was like, yo, that was our first time dancing. And it was like to my song. So
I
I
love
was like,
that.
it was like super crazy.
No, I love that. You guys, what I want to say is that you're setting a standard. Obviously, you're very young still, and to take the step to make a union with a beautiful black woman that is saying a lot to the culture. So, you guys, people are going to be rooting for you. I know I am. I'm in a beautiful black love relationship too. So I'm like, that's the pinnacle right there. So I love seeing it.
Yeah. I think black love is important, and it's important to highlight, black love and marriage too, because I feel like these are the things that move our culture forward. And these are the things that we gotta fight to keep,
Yeah.
because a lot of a lot of our growth has always come from community, and a
Yeah.
lot of times community starts with a smaller union, which is your marriage, your
Hmm.
home,
Yes.
and then it grows, to the community. But I think for us especially, it's just important that people see marriage,
Yes.
because a lot of times you see like boyfriend and girlfriend, and then that person's not with that person, then you just seeing the same cycle of like dating. And I feel like for us, we really care about our community, and we care about how, our younger cousins and,
Hmm.
people in our family, we know what it's like to look up to people who necessarily that doesn't align with who we are.
Yep.
And I feel like how we want to move is we don't want to be the silent good people.
Mm.
You know, we want to be a little bit louder so kids can see, you can
Exactly.
be married, it's not gonna always be easy. I'm not gonna claim that, but it's worth it, in the end.
I love that. Oh, I love that. That is probably one of my favorite quotes that you just gave. It was the authenticity from that. That's super dope. Oh man, you just gave me chills. I love it. So when it comes to music culture and the impact that you want to leave on the world, if you could sum it up in words, what would that be?
Hmm.
And you can take your time on this.
I'm like, yeah, I'm about to say, ask me one more time and I'll see
Yeah.
what stands out.
When it comes to music culture and the impact that you want to leave on the world, how would you sum that up?
Hmm. I think music culture, I wanna leave a mark of, how do I say, how do I phrase this? Uh Positive black male international.
Oh, I love that.
The international, I want to be a part of the marketing plan to, you know, decriminalize black men
Mm, love that.
through media, because for so long I feel like we just I travel the world a lot, and I
Yeah.
feel like people don't realize that you pay for the marketing of your people.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
pay for that, even though it's not you. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? It's the
Mhm.
same with white people, Asians,
Yep.
Spanish people, whatever. You kind of go out into the world and you kind of pay for whatever the overall marketing is of
Yes.
your group, and you could be like the furthest thing from that.
Mm-hmm.
But the initial face value of it is that's what people see. They see the marketing because that's really all there is. Like if you never met a black person and all you seen was TV,
Right.
what would your perception be? A lot of people don't take themselves and put themselves in that that kind of setting. Where for me, I have been in that seat where people observe me and it's like being a singer now. It's
Yeah.
like so unpopular. Like whenever people see me in certain settings, like maybe I'm at a nice hotel, people immediately say like, "Oh, are you like a rapper?" I'm like,
Of
"Oh."
course.
I'm like, "I make
Always.
songs," and they're like, "Oh, what kind of songs?" And then they hear the music, they're like, "Oh, wow,
Right.
that I was not expecting that." I'm like, "Well, I'm here to try to, change the narrative. Like
Yes.
black people, we do a lot of different things." And we need a lot of different representation to show that,
Yeah.
showcase that.
Oh man, I love that. You took it deep, and I appreciate you for saying that because a lot of people in your space, they don't feel comfortable talking about things like that. You know what I mean? They want to talk about the superficial. But like you said, for the advancement of our community, we have to have positive pillars out there. And what you're saying will touch people and affect them in a positive way. So I love it. Absolutely love it.
I hope so. Thanks.
You're making an indelible mark, and I just want you to know that 5 years from now, I want to come back and talk to you about how amazing, how you have turned into this icon. You better remember me.
I will. Look, we'll have this conversation again for
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.